Hello and welcome. Today, we will practice English listening together. This lesson is designed for students at the B1 level, which means you already understand the basics of English, but you want to get better at listening and understanding real conversations. Listening is one of the most important skills in learning a language because it helps you understand people in daily life, in school, at work, and even when you watch movies or listen to the news. In this practice, we will listen to short conversations and simple stories. After listening, we will talk about what happened and what the words mean. This way, you can train your ears to hear English more clearly. At the B1 level, you might already know many words, but sometimes when people speak quickly or when there is new vocabulary, it becomes difficult. That is normal. The goal of this lesson is not to understand every single word perfectly, but to understand the main idea and the important details. Let's start with a very short story. Imagine a woman named Anna. She wakes up in the morning at 7 o'clock. She feels a little tired because she went to bed late last night. After waking up, she goes to the kitchen and makes a cup of coffee. She also eats a piece of toast with butter. While she is eating, her phone rings. It is her friend, Sarah. Sarah asks Anna if she wants to go shopping in the afternoon. Anna thinks for a moment and says, "Yes, that sounds nice." Now, let's listen to this story again, slowly. Anna wakes up at 7 o'clock. She feels tired because she went to bed late. She makes coffee and eats toast. Then her friend calls her and asks if she wants to go shopping. Anna agrees. That is the whole story. Did you understand the main idea? The story is about Anna's morning routine and the plan she makes with her friend. You do not need to understand every small detail, like the butter on the toast, but it helps you picture the situation more clearly. When you listen, try to ask yourself simple questions. Who is the story about? What time does the event happen? What does the person do? What plans are made? If you can answer these questions, it means you understood the important parts. For example, let's check together. Who wakes up at 7 o'clock? The answer is Anna. What does she drink? She drinks coffee. Who calls her? Her friend Sarah. What plan do they make? They plan to go shopping in the afternoon. This is a very simple practice, but it shows you how to focus on listening for important details. Even when people use extra words, you can still catch the key information. Over time, this will make you faster and more confident when you hear English in real life. Let's continue with another short conversation. Imagine that Anna meets her friend Sarah at the shopping center in the afternoon. They greet each other, and then they talk about what they want to buy. Sarah says, "Hi, Anna. I'm happy you came. I need to buy a new pair of shoes for work." Anna answers, "Hello, Sarah. Of course I came. I also want to look for a jacket because the weather is getting colder. Sarah says, "That's true. The mornings are very cold now. After we shop, do you want to have some lunch together?" Anna replies, "Yes, I'd love to. Maybe we can go to the small cafe near the bookstore." Sarah says, "Perfect. Let's shop first and then eat." What is Sarah looking for? She needs shoes for work. What does Anna want to buy? She wants a jacket because of the cold weather. What do they plan to do after shopping? They plan to eat lunch together at a cafe near the bookstore. This kind of listening practice is important because it shows daily life conversations. In real life, people often talk about simple topics like shopping, eating, or making plans. When you practice listening to these short and clear conversations, you will feel more comfortable when you hear similar situations in real life. Now let's practice another activity. Anna and Sarah are sitting in the cafe near the bookstore. They have already bought the things they needed, and now they are talking while waiting for their lunch. Anna says, "I'm glad we found this cafe. It's quiet and the food smells very good." Sarah replies, "Yes, I like it too. I often come here after work because it's close to my office." Anna asks, "What do you usually order here?" Sarah answers, "I usually get a salad and a sandwich. The soup is also very tasty." Anna says, "I think I will try the soup today. I feel a little cold, so hot soup sounds nice." Sarah replies, "Good idea. I'll order the salad. Let's ask the waiter now." Anna likes the cafe because it is quiet and the food smells good. Sarah says she comes often because it is near her office. Anna asks about the food, and Sarah tells her what she usually orders. In the end, Anna decides to try the soup, and Sarah chooses a salad. This conversation shows how people talk about food and make choices together. In many English-speaking countries, people often ask each other, "What do you usually order here?" or "What do you recommend?" This is a common and polite way to show interest in another person's opinion. After eating, they leave the cafe and start walking. While they are walking outside, they talk about their weekend plans. Sarah says, "Do you have any plans for this weekend, Anna?" Anna answers, "Yes, on Saturday morning, I'm going to visit my parents. In the evening, I might watch a movie at home." Sarah replies, "That sounds nice. I will probably stay home on Saturday because I have a lot of housework to do." Anna asks, "What about Sunday? Are you free then?" Anna answers, "Yes, I think so. Maybe we can meet again and go for a walk in the park." Anna replies, "That's a good idea. If the weather is sunny, we can also buy ice cream." Sarah says, "Perfect, let's do that." Anna will visit her parents on Saturday morning and maybe watch a movie in the evening. Sarah will stay home on Saturday to do housework. On Sunday, they both plan to meet and go for a walk in the park and maybe eat ice cream if the weather is nice. This conversation shows how people make simple plans for the weekend. Notice the words I'm going to, I might, and I will probably. These phrases are very useful when talking about future plans. I'm going to means the plan is almost certain. I might means it is possible but not 100% sure. I will probably means it is very likely but not completely fixed. Let's move forward. On Sunday, Anna and Sarah meet again as they planned. They are walking in the park, enjoying the fresh air. Anna says, "The park looks so beautiful today. The trees are full of colors." Sarah replies, "Yes, autumn is my favorite season. The air feels fresh and I love walking outside." Anna agrees, "It's relaxing." By the way, have you read any good books recently? Sarah replies, "Yes, I started a new novel last week. It's about a young woman who travels around the world." Anna says, "That sounds interesting. I haven't read a novel in a long time. Maybe I should try one soon." Sarah replies, "Yes, reading is good practice for English too. You can learn many new words." This small conversation shows how friends can change topics easily, from the weather and the park to reading and hobbies. When you listen, it is important to follow these small changes. People do not always stay on one subject. In daily life, they often move naturally from one topic to another. Later, while walking, they stop at an ice cream shop. Sarah says, "I think I will get chocolate ice cream. It's my favorite." Anna replies, "I'll try strawberry today. I usually choose vanilla, but I want something different." Sarah says, "Good choice. Let's sit on the bench and enjoy our ice cream." This shows how people use phrases like "I think I will" or "I usually" to talk about preferences and small decisions. Now let's look at another listening example. A few days later, Anna is at work. She talks to her colleague, Mark. Mark asks, "Hi, Anna. How was your weekend?" Anna replies, "It was nice. I went shopping with my friend, and on Sunday we walked in the park." Mark says, "That sounds relaxing. I spent most of my weekend cleaning the house. It wasn't very exciting." Anna laughs and says, "Well, sometimes cleaning is necessary." Mark replies, "True, but next weekend I hope to do something more fun." This short conversation shows how people often talk about their weekends at work or school. It is a very common way to start a conversation in English. Even if the weekend was simple, people share it because it is an easy topic and helps keep the conversation friendly. As you can see, all these small conversations and stories show you real-life English. They are not long or difficult, but they include useful phrases, common questions, and natural ways of speaking. When you practice listening to them, you learn how to focus on the main ideas and important details. You also start to recognize small phrases like "I usually," "I think I will," "I might," and "I'm going to." These are simple but very common in everyday English. The most important advice is to keep practicing regularly. Listen to short stories, simple conversations, or even parts of TV shows and movies. Don't worry if you do not understand every single word. Focus on the main idea and practice answering simple questions about what you heard. With time, your listening will improve, and you will feel more confident using English in your daily life. Thank you for practicing with me today. Keep listening, keep repeating, and keep enjoying the process of learning English. Every time you listen, you are making progress, step by step.